right. Hello, hello. But listen, I just decided to jump on and do this because I found something very, very strange. I have this thing about this. She just bugs me. I'm gonna be honest with you. This Mandi chick just bugs me so much because she is out there spewing this garbage. Well, her husband, his last name is Ralph. That's what her name was before. Has he was on live with them and actually calling her out. The look on her face is priceless. And the next thing you know, she's giving an excuse as to why he did this and why the marriage didn't work. And it was just ordained. You know that. Just like Chad David would say, it was ordained. Oh my God. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I really do believe that, absolutely, that whatever I don't know who made her a prophet, but somebody put in her head that she was a prophet. Now, I don't know where that came from, and I don't care where it came from, but I do know that what she's out there spewing is not right. That's what I'm going to say about that, and that's it. So now, another thing I want to talk about today is old Gypsy Rose Blanchard and all that's coming out. I think it's wonderful that this stuff is out there being talked about because it needs to be talked about because the truth should be out there because she should not continue to be allowed to spew the lie that's been out there all this time. Everybody already knew it, and now they're bringing it out. I'm so glad. But anyway, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to find this over here. Mandi Ralph. Okay. Mandi Ralph. Here we go. All right. The Mandi saga. All right. Let me go find this over here because I believe it's right here. This was from 2 years ago. Okay. Now I'm going to make it on hold. Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to put that on hold. Make this a little bigger. No, not that big. I don't need the full screen. Not that big. Okay. No, let's not make it that big. But anyway, let's go back over here. I'm going to share my screen. Let's go do that. Share my screen. And pull this back up. Now. Here we go. Oh, I got to push play, don't I? Yeah, I got to push play. Now, it comes back to, she's going to discuss, her husband starts talking, and I'm telling you what, she gets so upset. She gets so upset. Here we go. Just watch her face. It's classic. It's wonderful.
You want to pray? People are asking for that. So.
Hello to your husband, by the way.
Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sean.
Y'all are doing okay. I know this can be a stressful time. Yeah, I know it's been a very stressful 6 months, 7 months for me.
Oh.
But I love every single one of y'all on this live stream and everybody watching it. But I do hope that we learn some things. I mean, I don't believe in a God of confusion.
Leslie, so good to see you, hon. How you doing?
None of us are perfect. I feel bad for Sarah, what she had to do as a paramedic. I mean, that is
I threw it on late.
A situation like that. But, we live and we learn, and we always try to grow to be as Jesus wants us to be.
I want to make her face bigger because it's priceless.
We're all going to fall short of that. But I know this is the third live stream, I believe, or at least second live stream on this, but I don't believe that we have a God of confusion here, and this is what I'm getting from this live stream.
Good, Leslie. So glad to see you. I wanted to talk about this a little bit more today. I know we touched on this the other night, but the more I thought about her and all these different, and her excuses, I mean, I'm going Chad Daybell, Lori Daybell, Lori Vallow, Lori Daybell. I mean, they're all the same, And then there's this thing, it's called, I was reading about these end times. Oh, hang on a minute. Well, they're basically end times cults is what they are. Of course, we know about that. But I just wanted to touch on this for a little bit today. But I'm also going to talk about, I think her husband is great. But I'm also going to talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard because I am so happy to see all of these people bringing out Gypsy Rose. She tells on herself. And then she's going to try to reinvent herself. You know that too, right? She always does. But it's not really going to work. Leslie. You know how she is. Oh, my God. Okay, we'll finish this for a second. Hang on. Watch his face. It's great. Her face.
And I love every one of y'all, sincerely. I really do. But things are going to be turning bad here very soon. I mean, economies across the world are going to be collapsing. And, new currencies are coming out that will restrict all your freedoms. I mean, and I really hope that all of y'all take this to heart. Spend time with your family. Stay in the Word. Don't put so much emphasis on something that is taken away from
She won't even look
quality
up.
time that y'all might never get back again.
Oh, there she is. Oh, look at that look.
I mean, I know me and my wife, there's been a lot of quality time that's gone. And, when God says that, you test by the fruits and you also test by the outcomes of the prophet, I mean, this is the third time that this hasn't gone through. And I love y'all to death. But we have to start questioning what we're hearing from. I mean, please take, Jesus and Paul gave us clear instructions of what to expect, and we still have things to come. But like I said, if y'all are wrong, you think about how much time we're losing with our loved ones. I mean, how much time are we losing?
What's interesting about this is the person up here on the top, I don't know if you see my little arrow, anyway, she doesn't like what he's saying. So she shuts the whole thing down. Okay. And then the next thing you don't know, Miss Mandi over here is coming out and is trying to explain how it was just in the words, that this wasn't supposed to work out, and all of that mess. Right. But when you come back, okay, and then she's off of here for 2 years. A lot of things was going on. She was off of here for a couple of years. But then it's the same old group of women that had followed along with her, that I guess she's ordained them all as prophets now herself, that are still going on with this crap. So it's just interesting. I'm just like, the look she gives him.
Because we're fixated on one thing, and especially if we're not hearing
It's
from
just too
God,
funny.
which I don't believe we are. If God said it was clear 5:22 and we're still here. So, I mean, that right there says, I mean, God's not testing. God's not a God of confusion. You sitting there saying that we're testing the Christians. That's a God of confusion. That's not the God of the Old Testament. I mean, the Old Testament's our key thing where we learn about God the most is through the
God tested. God tested very often in the Old Testament.
No,
my favorite one of the two.
But didn't y'all say that this was final? This was it. There was no more. I mean, this is the third time.
Well, it's actually,
I mean, this is the God of confusion, and everything that y'all talking about. The weather was supposed to be wind at 3 o'clock. I didn't see no wind. I was out hitting golf balls.
I love him.
I mean, light shows in the sky. I mean, the sky looks pretty clear to me. I haven't seen anything. So I mean, what are y'all?
What is 522?
I mean, who controls tanks? Who controls our government? Is that Satan? I believe Satan controls our government, controls war, and all that kind of stuff. But so, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of things that can be Satan that can prophesy these things, but I haven't heard one thing that only God would know from this. And
Daniel,
like I said, I'm
Daniel,
being sincere.
I just have one question for you.
I love all of y'all to death. I mean, y'all are doing a great thing. You have great ambitions.
He's trying to be nice.
You're neglecting the word of God that says to test every spirit, and I don't see y'all testing it, especially when they're not coming true. I mean, if they're not coming true, it's said that, the Bible is clear on that. And Jesus said there's going to be a ton of false prophets. And I'm not saying y'all are doing anything wrong as far as you're doing it for manipulation and gain. No.
Yes, they are.
But y'all are clear 3 times in a row. Y'all have been
yes,
wrong.
They are doing it for profit.
Daniel, love is also
conversation.
And I'm asking you, when is 522? When is 522?
yeah,
I will mute you.
Okay, so you're getting into all this numerology. Guess who else works in numerology? Satan,
this is not numerology. See, that's
and all that stuff. Yeah, no, you're talking about.
No, she said it's physics.
Does Satan not have access to a coordinate? Does he not have access to that? I mean, I haven't heard anything.
And then she's gonna
Guys,
get cut
I'm
off.
really sorry. I really don't want to be making this public. It's really inappropriate.
It's
but I'm going to actually, I think we
inappropriate.
should end this live. If we could actually pray first before we.
Yeah, they're inappropriate. But my God, he's like looking back at him, and if there was a fly on the wall, the fight is on in that house. You've embarrassed me publicly. You're telling them I'm all wrong. You're telling them I'm a false prophet. You can hear. I can imagine what's being said. But then what's funny is that. What's funny about this is, hang on a second, I'm gonna go back and find this other one, because then she comes over here and tries to explain, this is what happened. We weren't supposed, it was just a bad marriage. We weren't supposed to do that. She walks out on her marriage. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to listen to this one.
I wish no harm on Daniel.
Yes,
I love
right.
him.
Uh-huh.
I wish, we didn't make it as a couple. So I left, but I felt like it was ordained.
It was ordained.
And
she had to
people are
leave.
still under works, and they're still acting like Pharisees.
Like you are? Imagine. Imagine. Okay. So ridiculous. This Candace chick, I love her. I've seen some of her other videos on this chick. It's kind of she's really kind of good. But anyway, we're going to move on from that. And I called it When the Husband Speaks because he spoke out loud. Here's another one that's really funny. Mandi Ralph, the dumbest of the godless witchcraft. Here we go. And this is going to be Drew Bloom 34. Let's try to check on this one for a second. Just for a second.
All right, so I'm over at Mandi Ralph's channel
here. Just
here.
for a second here.
Heavenly Things.
Didn't make us here because she's still crap.
I initially said I wasn't going to do
right,
a video on this, but I've received so many emails and messages on this person that
Drew Bloom 34 full credit.
Do another video because she is so very dangerous.
Amen.
And so I'm going to make a statement here. It's going to be short.
Yeah.
For anybody that is paying any heed to this person. So Mandi Ralph is a child of pure wickedness. Okay. She has chosen to spawn a channel of witchcraft. And I don't say that lightly. This is witchcraft, but she's chosen to put this channel of witchcraft on YouTube in order to specifically target the most gullible of all gullible. Now, these gullible choose to be gullible, and they're being exposed publicly for just that. Anybody who follows this woman, understand that this is chosen and willful.
I think this is from a year ago or 2 years. Oh, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah.
The gullible choose to be gullible. It's as simple as that. For anybody to believe Mandi Ralph is to willfully choose to be in fantasy delusion of the lowest kind.
Yes.
To follow this person, one has to depart from anything that resembles intelligence and wisdom, godliness and truth, in order to lower themselves down to the deepest depths of stupidity and lies, and to let a spiritually diseased witch tickle their ears. The dumbest of the dumb follow Mandi Ralph. Now, the follower, the listener, or believer of Mandi Ralph is at the very bottom, and they've chosen to possess zero integrity or care for.
Yeah, I mean, I was so glad to hear this person talk about this. But anyway, that's just a little bit about her. She's just, it's like, even today, when you ask her about certain things, because I've tried to ask her, what are you trying to tell us? And she's acting like, oh, it's the Bible. It's not the Bible. It's not the Bible. It's not the Bible. It's made up garbage, just like Chad Daybell's made up garbage. Now, we're going to move on to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, when Gypsy Rose when they brought out that video where she actually admits that she was the one lying to her mother about not being able to walk and all these other things, what did that tell you about her? That I'm going to tell you, I don't think Dee Dee, I really do not think Dee Dee was the main. I know that Dee Dee did some things and she got a lot of free stuff. I get all that. But I think that had her daughter been honest with her, this wouldn't have happened. So hang on a second, guys. Let me bring this back up. Gypsy Rose tells all. Oh my God. Witch. She's just so terrible. Let me see if I can go find this other thing right here. No, that is not it. Is it right here? She lied about it all right here. Now, this is going to be courtesy of who? She is a con artist. I believe this is Hello Starlight. So we're going to give credit to Hello Starlight on this. Oh, let me move past this part. Hang on a second. We'll move past that and get over to the meat of the situation. where she's actually talking about this, where she tells it. Hang on a minute, not that part. Right here. Okay, we start it right there. Okay, this is going to be full credit to Hello Starlight. I love it when she gets on Gypsy. It's too funny. Listen to this. There she goes. She thinks it's funny.
Finally nice to show you after.
What I don't know is,
time.
I think she was about 21 years old at this point.
I'm sorry to keep it a secret from you for so long, but
Yeah.
it's not just you that I'm keeping it a secret from. It's sort of like everybody who knows me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how I got started.
To be honest. But you know what's
and
funny?
I was 6 years old.
What's funny about this right here is I want to tell you the truth, I'm telling you the truth, but she starts it out with another lie. It is incredible the amount of manipulation, and I mean, she is a psychopath, and she's just a pathological liar. I don't know what happened to her that made her this way, but it's true. Here we go.
I went into the hospital for like 6 months.
No, you did not. That's a lie.
The doctors told me that I had a seizure and
unbelievable,
and I wouldn't be able to walk. That I was paralyzed permanently, and that part that I had a seizure was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed, but what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started to get my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much as.
You hear that? Afraid of her not loving me as much. Now, listen to this. Okay, so remember Dee Dee kind of took care of her mother whenever her mother was sick and all that. And I think that Gypsy Rose was really young then. And I think she just watched this interaction between those two. And I think that she did, because she was already not really right in her mind, from her other issues. I think that she saw something go on there, and in her mind, she thought, well, and I'm not making excuses for her because there are no excuses for this witch. There are none. But I think she thought, well, hey, the way to get all the attention, if I want to get my mom's full attention, then I'm going to have to do this, because she pays attention to people who are like this, right? So, I mean, it's just incredible the amount of lying that she does right here when she claims she's telling the truth. It's crazy.
I couldn't walk.
It's unbelievable.
I didn't want to make her sad or
not angry. Not angry, not like, oh, I'm scared she's gonna, tie me to the bed. She's gonna tie me to the bed again.
I guess that's the reason why I kept it a secret from her. And so I just kept it to myself for a long time until 2011, whenever I sort of started rebelling as a teenager and ran away from home early, ran away from home, stumbled. Before I ran away, I started trying to walk as much as I could.
Okay, do you hear what she just said? Before I went away, I started trying to walk as much as I could. That was premeditated. She was premeditating her next step, just like she does every single thing she does. There's always some kind of manipulation, premeditated. What's the next step? You got to ask yourself at some point, what did she think was going to happen? Well, we think that she thinks she was going to get away with this, and she basically has kind of gotten away with it because, she's out walking around doing all this crap while her co-defendant, Nick, is in prison for the rest of his life. But I have always said this, and it's too late now. It's just too late now. But remember Nick talking about, he said, oh, I'll take that to my grave. I really do believe if Nick would have told what he knew before there was any kind of a plea agreement, they would both be in jail right now. Nick made the mistake of trusting her because again, Nick he's not 100%. We know that he has mental issues. We know that he has autism and some other things. And I think that Nick should have never trusted her, but he did. I mean, and it's cost him his damn life. And there's nothing that can be done about it now. I think he's exhausted every appeal. It's just too late now. It's just sad. It's just really a sad situation. But anyway, here we go.
And
It's
I just
terrible.
had enough strength to be able to leave home. Unfortunately, it was to the wrong person. And so I was kind of in denial in a way. I don't really know, because I guess it would be too hard.
Which is understandable. I would be in
Yeah.
denial too if I had thought, like, up until what age was she? 19?
Yeah, and that part does ring true. The part where she says, and I got out to build up my strength. I don't know how she exactly worded it. That exactly would be, she would have had to have had intense physical therapy. She would have had to have built up those muscles.
Right. I think that, like, Dee Dee knew she was capable of doing.
See, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, she does need to be in jail, but it's pretty interesting how she has really thought about how she was going to explain this. And I know that this is a video that she was doing for Nick at the time, but she really did sit back and think about how she's going to explain this to him and whether he was going to trust her anymore or not. Now, but remember this, okay, I don't know, we kind of touched on this once before too, but the problem for poor Nick is, had she, okay, now I'm going to say this too. Now, this is just like Letitia Stouch and some of these other women. If you remember right, Letitia Stouch would always claim she was pregnant, to keep the man or to keep the relationship or whatever. Well, now here she goes, knowing that Nick did not want to do this crime. 100%, he didn't want to do this. He tried to talk her out of it every single time. So she goes with the next best thing that she knows will piss him off. Anytime you start talking about being pregnant or having a child with a man, it changes their tune. See, that is their job on earth, is to procreate. I mean, let's replenish the earth. That's kind of, that's the man-woman job. Anyway, I think that because he was so angry with Dee Dee, again, because of her lie, that he went ahead and went through with this, which is just, the whole thing is sick. But I just kind of think to myself, well, look at Ken. Look at stupid Ken. Yeah, I'm going to call him stupid. I'm calling Ken stupid, absolutely. The only reason why he is with her was because why? She ended up pregnant. She got pregnant on purpose because she wanted to trap Ken. That's how she sees the world, that you trap people into being into your life. And I believe, now I heard this on YouTube, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that she is pregnant again. Yes, I think that her and Ken are expecting child number 2. I want to verify this. I need to find out I don't know where I'm going to get the information, but it's my understanding she is pregnant again. But you see, that would not shock me at all, because she's seen Ken walking away from the relationship already. He's tired of it. He was tired of it, right? I think she moved into an apartment. I don't think Ken lives there. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure about all that, but there's definitely something going on. Yeah, that's all we need is another child in that relationship. Think about this. Okay, you got the one child, and we talked about, how do you explain this? There is no way to explain it. Now you're going to get another child. Okay, they're going to have another child. Someday, somewhere, somehow, you're going to have, look, children are cruel, but it's not because they want to be. It's just that they're brutally honest. I mean, children are taught how to lie. They're not born knowing how to lie. So at some point, somebody is going to be overhearing their parents talk about, oh, this is little Aurora Urker. This is Aurora Urker. Oh, isn't that Gypsy Rose's child? Oh my God, isn't that woman? And they're going to overhear this, and they're going to be right over there at school, and they're going to be saying, your mama killed your grandma. My mama said so. Think about that. It's going to happen. You can't protect her from that. I mean, just over and over and over, these children are going to be subject to the most cruel, but it's all true. See, that's the problem. It's all true. And that's the problem that she's going to have to face. If I was Ken, I'm not Ken, and it's none of my business, and I know it's none of my business. But if I was Ken, I would take my 2 children and I would move to Texas, and I would not look back. because he will be able to explain to them, oh hey, look, I got into this relationship. I didn't really know until you were already born, and then all these videos came out and the truth came out, and so here we are. I mean, he could probably get away with explaining that, but she cannot. There's just no way. So we'll listen to more from this, and we'll go to the next. Then we'll go on to the next little video I want to show. Hang on.
Certain things, but
Right.
getting up and running, getting up and
Thank you,
walking, I don't know.
Mhm.
People,
I
Yeah.
you could be in the hospital for a week and not walk and have a hard time walking again.
Yeah,
Like, so if she was
so-
really
and
paralyzed, it would have been a big deal.
It would have taken her a couple of months
Exactly. And it would
to
have
a
hurt.
physical therapy to actually
Right.
walk.
But she
Yeah.
could have been like people were
I want her to start talking. Whoops.
It feels great. It feels really, really nice to just have somebody that accepts me, and you accepted me even when you thought that I was
Listen, that
in
whole
a
you're
wheelchair.
accepting me
And
anyway.
living my life in a wheelchair, I have to tell everybody that I am. And anyway, it's difficult, but it's.
But I promise I'm not lying to you.
Wonderful, just you can accept me, and that's really all I care about is what you see and how you see me and how you feel about me. So I apologize so much for taking so long to tell you. I didn't know how.
Right, lady. Oh my God. But hang on to that. Okay, hang on to that a minute, because here we go. I'm gonna go back over here and show you where I've got this information. Hang on. Okay, hang on just a second, you guys. This was 2 months ago. Okay, hang on again. I think it's right here. This is something that just came out. I think it's this lady right here. Hang on a second, Gypsy Rosie. Oh, Jesus, boy. Look at all of it. There's just so much of it. It's crazy. Here it is, right here. Okay.
You guys, last night,
Listen
I
to
don't
this.
know why, but I was watching part of the show, and I think Gypsy's pregnant with baby number 2. But then I found something. I found a post,
This
and
is
I was looking at
Naomi
the hashtags. I'm going to
something.
show you in just a
credit.
second. But I was
Okay,
listening to
credit.
Gypsy on the show last night with her list of things she wanted to do when she's off parole. And I don't know, I just got this thought that you're not going to be able to do that stuff because you're pregnant again. And you know how hard it is to do stuff with one baby, never mind
Yeah.
2. 2 under 2? That's crazy. So I went digging, and now this is allegedly, in my opinion, but you heard it here first. I said this last night. Today is May 20th. Yesterday was May 19th is when I said
Well,
it.
that's old. So she's lying.
Gypsy
Okay,
is
so that's old.
pregnant with baby number 2.
Because if
Check
she was
this
pregnant
out.
with baby number 2, it'd be almost
first attempt at the challenge. On a recent video she posted to TikTok, viewers noticed her weight loss, with one commenting, "Body is snatched." Taking part in the challenge, she wears a white tank top and black sports bra with black leggings. In her blooper, she wore a black overshirt, implying she tried the challenge a few times before nailing it. Gypsy Rose has revealed a dramatic new hair transformation. Taking to her socials, she showed her new pixie cut. Not only that, but her hair is bright red. While she didn't confirm it, it can be assumed that she is using a filter, as she is also seen with piercings over her face. She captioned the video, "I'm having some fun while growing out my pixie. Totally took the opportunity to have a little Halsey inspo vid." She also added a Halsey song to the video. But this isn't the first time Gypsy has gone viral. Gypsy Rose Blanchard has shown off her gymnastic skills as she takes part in the split challenge. Only 3 months after having her first child, she's jumped back into fitness and is showing off her new figure. The influencer also shared a blooper where she accidentally kicked the wall.
No, Gypsy, no. You don't even look like you have the right form. That's pretty sad, pretty pathetic. And I don't know why this picture's up there instead of my other picture. Okay, well, we'll have to fix that. It's fine, whatever, it's fine. We'll just leave it as it is. But golly, can you imagine this mess? No, I can't imagine this mess. But hang on just a second. We're going to talk about, let me pull this other one up. Let me pull up this other one of Gypsy Rose. Ooh, Gypsy. There is some information that is, I want to read this book thing they were talking about. It's not her book, it's something else that was written that I don't think she wrote, but other people saying, oh no, she wrote that, and her and Nick could have been so anyway, here we go. Gypsy Rose Kennerker responds. Here we go. Now listen to Ken.
It's probably not a good idea. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen to him.
What do you think about the video? Somebody said that's your daughter.
Well, I hope they all come out soon.
What?
Your videos for them to come out?
Yeah, I want all of them to come out.
He's not worried?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
I think it's important for everyone to see everything.
Okay, so everyone has been asking, what does Ken think? Has Ken listened to the videos? Has he watched the videos? The videos of Gypsy telling Nicholas, when we have a daughter, you will take her. You have to be the one to do it because you are the master, our family's master, the master of the family, right? A lot of people's been like, wonder what Ken's going to say now. Wonder how Ken feels. Well, you guys, there was just a very short clip of Ken saying he doesn't care. Not only that, but saying that he will be happy when all of the clips come out. They asked, well, how does Gypsy feel? And he said the same thing. Yeah, she's fine with it. Like, she doesn't mind. She'll be happy when they all come out too.
That's a lie. She's not going to be happy with it, and they're not happy with it. But I think they have to go with that attitude, because what else can they do? There's no way to stop them from coming out. Another thing about the situation is, and you got to know this is true, that when she was doing all of this years ago, she thought nobody would ever see this mess, right? Oh no, Ken, you can't be okay with this. You just can't be okay with it. But we're going to move past this one, and I'm going to go to this other one that, I mean, there's just so many of them that are just so bad. You know, they're just bad. I don't understand how you could be okay with it. Look at this one. The evidence speaks for itself, and it does. And this is from Jesse Coast right here. Full credit to Jesse Coast. Watch this mess. Full credit, Jesse Coast.
Brilliant. Show her true love. I bet you're up to something perfectly deviant. And if I know you, I know that you'll be planning to take over the world. Watch the bird.
Oh, I think I spelled her name wrong. Sorry, Jess.
That's why you and I make the perfect team.
Which one of our personalities is this, right? Who is this?
When we're outside of this pathetic city, we are going to cause a mayhem and destruction like nobody's ever seen.
Is this Ruby?
So, until then, I wait. See you around, Puddin'.
Just Coast. Just Coast.
It is so bad. Of course, that's that one. We just watched that one. But there's just, look at this one. Who is it? Okay, we just watched that one. Let's see. We'll go over here to this name. Oh, there's the dance we saw the other night. That was so gross, you know. Really, you're going to explain that to your daughter, Ken? You're okay with it. You're okay with that, Ken? You're okay with it. Yeah, unbelievable.
Properly to you.
Unbelievable.
See, now things have changed. See, I am your dominant. And as your mistress, I, of course, will treat you with respect as my slave.
It's almost
I
sickening
will
to
treat you
listen to,
fairly.
isn't it? It
I won't
is.
treat you
Let me
badly
pass that.
like some mistress.
Yeah, we'll pass that real quick. I don't want to watch her do that. Oh, here we go. Back to this.
Again.
Here we go. Look
All
here.
First thing on the list is how do I feel about oral sex on me and first try to
Trigger
give
warning,
you
trigger
oral
warning.
sex. That will be pretty exciting because I've never had it before. Also, I've never done it before. So I will be a bit nervous, but I will try and do my very best to give you the proper
what a nightmare.
way of doing it. I will practice on stuff before, like I'll practice on popsicles, bananas, and things like this to try and practice before I just leap into it. And I really don't know what I'm doing. But I've also watched one, maybe two porn videos, so I kind of got the idea of what I should be doing.
I've watched maybe 1 or 2 porn videos. That is a lie. She's watched more than that. I guarantee you. She had full access to everything. Her mother never paid attention to what she was watching. You know, her mother was just such a sick person, and I don't think she knew Gypsy at all. I think that Gypsy pulled the wool over her eyes her entire life. I don't know when it started. Had to start at a pretty young age that she realized her mother was not paying attention. That's what I think so. I mean, every one of these videos, she's telling some kind of a lie. It's incredible. Here we go.
So I'll try not to hurt you or whatever, or like scratch you with my teeth or anything. That's one of my biggest fears. So I scratch you with my teeth, and that would be very painful for you. So I don't want to do that. Now about you giving it to me will be pretty exciting. I bet you'll do a great job because you haven't given it to anyone yourself. So we're both newbies. So that's something we can experience together and experience the newness of it together. We already discussed, you and me have discussed where, make sure this will click off.
Oh, yes, we can see you.
How we're going to do it, where we're going to do it. We have a plan set in motion. If for whatever reason we don't have enough time or whatever, which we're going to try and really, really shoot for making our plan work. But just in case we don't have enough time, we know that next time I'm going to bring you back to Springfield for a second trip and everything like this. So we'll have more chances if we don't get the opportunity to have sex the first time we meet. It will be new for me because I am a virgin. I never, due to the clothes that I'm wearing right now, I look like a slut, but I'm your slut, so that's all that matters. I'm your slut, so that's all that matters.
So let me ask you this. How many people believe she never had sex with Dan Gladwell? I think his name's Gladwell. I think she just lied to Nick again. She's not a virgin. No. What about Dan, honey? Remember, you were so excited about Dan that the night before he came, you asked him, can I just go have one last roll in the hay with someone? How rude can you go? Oh my God. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh God. It's just so sickening.
But really, I've always been the good girl.
She's lying.
One that didn't want to, do anything serious with the boy or.
You mean a man?
My mom is so overprotective that having a boyfriend was completely.
I think I'm going to up Chuck now. My mom was so overprotective. Well, let me ask you this, shit, you lying piece of crap. If your mom was so overprotective, number one, when were you able to watch these 1 or 2 porn movies you discussed? And number 2, when were you able to order these clothes and get these wigs and go in the bathroom or wherever? I think she made all these videos in the shed, honestly. I'm not sure. And put that out online. So your mother was so overprotective, right? God almighty, can you quit lying?
Completely not okay.
God.
So basically you're my first boyfriend, and you're the person that I'm going to share all my firsts with.
Mhm.
And so that's first kiss, first time having sex, first just everything. And every sexual experience that comes with being with someone, and that will all be with you. So my first time will be special, and even though it's not in a bed like I'd want it to be, but it's still going to be with my soulmate, so it's still very romantic.
Remember when she told him in one of these videos when she was acting like she was Demona? Was she acting like she was Demona, or was it Ruby? That she knew that his real soulmate was his own sister. Remember she said that. She said that. But over here she's claiming that that he is her soulmate and she knows this. Here's the thing though. If they did this in the stall at the movie theater, how long were they in the stall at the movie theater? Think about that. Her mother was in the movie theater watching the movie. She had to know how long her daughter was gone. And you would think that if it was very long, she would go in there and check on her. So how overprotective was she? God dang. Every other word is a damn lie.
How do I feel about anal sex? You know that it's a fear of mine just because to me it's weird. And it's like, it doesn't go there. But, apparently some people do it that way. And I guess because I never really heard of it before. Like, the first time I've ever heard about sex is vaginal sex. So that's why I thought it was more normal to think about it that way. To think about vaginal sex rather than anal sex, because it just seems a little bit more different and foreign to me. And I am worried about the pain of it, because I know it's very unattractive to talk about, but I've had enemas before in the hospital, and God, that hurt. And I cried and screamed. And even now I can't take enemas. I just don't like stuff going up my butt.
Oh, Lord.
But for you, I would really be hopeful that you'd be sensitive to my fears and be sensitive to me being a virgin and first time for everything. So I would hope that you would use, make sure you're very lubricated so it slips in easy enough and it doesn't cause too much pain for me, because that's what I would want you to be concerned about is I have a very low tolerance for pain, and so that's my concern. But the only reason why I would be agreed to doing it is for you, because I love you so much and adore you and worship you. That's the only reason why I'd be doing it. You mentioned to me that you wouldn't do it a lot except for punishment purposes.
Oh my God.
Which I agree to that. That's a pretty reasonable punishment.
It is a reasonable punishment to be forced to have sex, and then say that the other way. I'm just gonna call it the other way. That is a reasonable punishment. What is wrong with her sick mind? Who agrees to that kind of punishment being that? This is I've not seen this before, so thank you, Jess Coast. I've not seen this. Thanks for sharing this. And it is very unfiltered, and it is very difficult to listen to, because you're sitting here going, this is a one warp-minded witch. Look at her and listen. God almighty.
But anyway, I would do it
no.
I'm okay with kinkiness. Handcuffs are fine for me. It doesn't matter what level of kinkiness. It really doesn't. So about you can eat food off of me. So if you want to pour whipped cream all over me, that's fine too. Or if you want to just put French fries on there, whatever, ketchup. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm fine with that too.
I like your next part
just
of
as long
this.
as you let me do it back to you.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is right? I'm gonna say
how do I feel about your fantasies? I know pretty much all of your fantasies, particularly the rape one.
Oh gosh,
I know the one about my body being nice and shiny and wet, and I'll probably have like oil sex with you. That's whenever you get all oiled up, and then you do it. So I'd probably do that with you, as well as the tough fantasies and stuff like that we both would have in common. So, and as for the rape fantasies, I don't mind. I think that there's a line that's very delicate, that I think that we shouldn't cross too much. If, like, I'm fragile. You know that I have, I might not be as fragile as you may have thought before, because it's not to walk. But besides that, that like punching me is out of the question. Cutting me like really deep isn't okay. Anything that's like physical abuse.
You hear what she said? Cutting me really deep isn't okay. But I guess maybe she's saying it would be okay if he cut her a little bit, just a little bit, right? Well, I want to know exactly what has she been watching to think that any of this is normal? I don't understand. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, listen to yourself. I wonder if you have. I hope she's watching these. I hope she's listening. I hope she's noticing that, oh my God, I sound horrible. I sound like I don't care about myself or anybody else. Well, we know she doesn't care about herself or anybody else because obviously look what she's done. But good Lord, none of this is normal. None of it. Oh my God.
Abuse that would be labeled abuse, I'm not okay with. If it's spanking, that's fine.
Spanking?
If it's me being tied up, that's fine. I don't mind that. It's just where it comes, if I say a safe word, if it's a fantasy and we have a safe word, and if I say that safe word, that means please stop, you're hurting me, and I really don't like this anymore, and I would really like us to stop. And, that would be my way of saying that. If I say that safe word, that's what I mean. I'm not kidding around. You're hurting me, so please stop. But if I don't say the safe word, that means, and I say, oh, no, or whatever, pretend, that's just pretend. That's just part of the fantasy. It doesn't mean that I want you to stop. If I want you to stop, I'll say that safe word.
Because no does not mean no, right? That is the old, oh boy. I just wonder though, I would love to hear Nick's portion of this. I would like to hear what Nick said about this, or if Nick, I wonder how he felt when he's listening to this, going, golly, did I really say these things to her? Or is this her making this stuff up for herself? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But can you imagine that? Here's the question. Now, we know that Nick did have some really weird fantasies. We know he has some mental health problems. We know he's had some brain damage. Nick does have brain damage, okay? The cord was wrapped around his neck when he was born. He did lose some, he was not breathing, right? So we know that is there. But do you really think that he told her all of this? Or do you think that she just watched that 50 Shades of Grey and then, oh boy, here's the fantasy, I'm going to say this. I'm just wondering about this. I just wonder, good Lord. Shit.
Oh, and your fantasy on a beach. I have the same one too. And when we go on our honeymoon, I'm thinking that it should be somewhere exotic, like Hawaii or something. Doing this so my camera won't go off. So I think that would be really fun. Maybe at night, or maybe for like a sunset. That would be really romantic too. So yes.
When they go on their honeymoon. Now let me ask you this. We know that she lives kind of like in this fantasy world, whatever. Where was the money going to come from? She did realize that he was not able to hold down a job that would pay the kind of money that would take them to world traveling. Because I can tell you now myself that going to Hawaii is very expensive. So I don't mean, it is all fantasy world, but just this line of thinking and listening to this tells you just how she had no oh my God, she's so far out of it. None of it. I mean, it's like she lives at some place that we've never seen before because of listening to this. None of it makes any sense. It's psychopath right here. Psychopath is the damn word of the day. Gypsy Rose Brett, you're a psychopath.
If you like it the way it is, that's fine. I've never had any trouble with it. I'm confident on my own. The way it is now, I'm a B cup. I've grown since a few years ago, because a few years ago, I measured me and I was in an A cup. I think an A36, but now I'm in a B cup. So I'm a size bigger. Yay! But I'm really okay with it if you want me to take vitamins or go through a natural process to make my chest grow a little bit bigger. Obviously, I don't want like a double D because that would be like way too big. But a C would be nice. I would be happy with that. I've always said the one thing I didn't like about my body.
Yeah, exactly. She needs help in a mental health facility. Yeah, she does. Absolutely. Actually, both of them, if you really sit back and think about it, had they both been treated the same in the crime, they both should have went to a mental institute because they both have a very sick way of thinking. Now, she is a pathological liar. She's a psychopath. You can see that right here. But he also is a psychopath. And it's like the two perfect storms of psychopaths coming together that did this. I mean, oh my God. I'm so glad I'm watching this with somebody else because I've not seen it till now, and I'm really in such shock that I'm losing sight of what to say because it's so unbelievable. It's just, oh God, here we go.
Body with my nose because I have my father's nose and I hate it. But you give me self-confidence, so I'm not as much concerned with it as I used to be. Why giving my virginity to you is special. It is extremely special because you are my soulmate. And I have been waiting a very long time to give it to the right person. I know I've told you that I had one guy that I liked. And I was very close to thinking about sleeping with him. But as you know, the circumstances, I did not feel comfortable with him, and I knew it wasn't right, so I didn't do it. I chicken, so I didn't even want to even try and give him my virginity because I know that it's something so special, and it's only something that.
Gypsy. We know you gave your virginity to your electric toothbrush. Shut up. Oh my Lord. God.
My soulmate should have. It's only something that my husband should have. And you know my upbringing. I come from a Christian background, and we firmly believe that waiting till marriage or waiting till you're engaged, or at least that you are gonna spend the rest of your life with this person. And for me, that's you. And so for me, it's exciting. I'm a bit nervous, but it's only because I'm nervous because I hope that I please you and I hope I meet your expectations of me.
Leslie, that's so funny, isn't it? That Christian background, at least you have to, that you're going to marry that person or something. No, that's not what it says at all. Honey, that's not what it says at all. You're not supposed to have sex before marriage. That's what it says. Sorry. That's the real world. God almighty. We're gonna let this play on. Good God.
And I know you definitely will meet mine. It's special to me because I know that I'm loved, that it's not just sex, it's making love. And it's something so special and something so beautiful that you can only give to someone once. And even though you're giving your body to your husband again and again and again, your virginity is like this little ball of light, which is not really a little ball of light, but metaphorically speaking, it's a little ball of light. That it's a gift to your husband, that it's a present that you're showing that you've always been faithful to him and that you've been waiting for him and that you're fully his. And that's why it's so special to me to give my virginity to you, because you're my hubby, or my future hubby, and you're pretty.
Okay, but hear me out. They had one ticket to get on the bus to go back to where he came. Was it Michigan? I think he came from Michigan, I believe. They had one ticket. She never planned on going back with him, so she's over here giving him all this garbage, to keep him entertained, keep him into it. But she never planned on leaving with him. I really do believe 100%, I think I've said this before, that she really thought that she was just going to run away with Dan at that point, and it was going to be over between him and her and Nick, and that she would never have to talk about Nick again. But when that didn't work out, she had no other choice. So, oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This is
pretty much my husband.
Yeah,
that's why it's so incredibly special to me, and I hope that it's special to you too, honey. Let's see. Okay, slender body type is the next topic. My body type, at first it started off as being kind of like a banana shape, but as you know, I have a big ass, and even an okay chest size. So I guess I have what do you call that? It helps me think.
Pear shape?
Hourglass shape.
Oh,
hourglass. So I have a big ass, and I mean, if I'm basically posing, it will go like that. So it's not a pear, but it's a perfect hourglass. For my petite size, and I fully believe in fitness. I try and exercise as much as I can. I do sit-ups sometimes, but I can't do them too good. I like to dance, as you know. So these are all stuff I try to be fit, and I try not to have too much body fat. But I know that you love me no matter what. Even if I do become fat one day, you'll love me. But I do believe in us staying fit and healthy together. So eating good foods, organic stuff could definitely keep you lean and fit. So I don't mind us being in shape.
Unbelievable.
I have never been kissed by someone that loved me or kissed someone that I love. And nor have I had a very long kiss, like the kind that you see in the movies.
See, in her mind, everything is like it is in the movies. I mean, she has this bizarre, you're right, Leslie, very bizarre. She has this bizarre thinking that life is like it is in these movies. You know who else had a bizarre line of thinking that her life is going to be like it was in the movies? And that is Letitia Stouch. Amen. 100%. If you remember how she talked about things, and then even about the different, shows that she watched, and the vampires and all that, it was like this, everything was like she was trying to live in some movie. Even Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell lived in like some kind of world like that. But theirs was all about the book, the one book that they just lived by. They were living this book, right? Just unbelievable. These people exist in the world. She's not the only one. There's so many of these. I mean, they say that 1 in 25 people is a psychopath. Think about that. Here we go.
I haven't had one like that. The longest kiss I had was, or I don't even really want to call it a kiss. It was more a peck. I could kiss my grandmother the way I kissed this guy and not be awkward. I swear it was like this. It was that quick, and it wasn't even enjoyable. And like I told you before, I didn't feel anything for that guy, and that's why I didn't feel anything, and I got very confused. Like I explained to you, like, why don't I feel anything? Because he's not my soulmate. That's why. And that's why, for me to have a kiss with you, I want it to be long. I want it to be romantic and I want it to be meaningful, and I know it will be because I know it's with the right person now. Okay. We have had this conversation a lot, but you want to get or are a little bit insecure. I know, honey. I know you are. Don't try to deny it. I know you are a little bit insecure about your penis size. Don't worry. You don't have to be. 6 inches big enough. I know some guys with I don't really know some guys. I really don't know if their penis is that tiny, but I've heard some with 3 inch or 4 inch. So you're perfect for me. You're a perfect size for me. Now on the other end of this,
if she never had sex before, how does she know if that's the perfect size for her or not? How would she know? I think she almost tripped up. She almost told on herself. She almost told on herself by talking about the size of other people, but she caught it fast enough to change, to change what she was saying. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. Here we go.
Spectrum. I have heard of guys with 9 inches and 10 inches, which is way too big and would freak me out. I'm like, that doesn't exist.
Oh.
And the biggest I would let you get is a 7.
What?
And that's the biggest because any more would just be.
The biggest I would let you get is a 7. What do you mean let you get? Does she think he's going to get some kind of operation? And oh my God, help her. Jesus, help her. She needs help.
Uncomfortable for that. But I would, no matter what, but I'm just saying 7, it would be the biggest I'd let you get with being okay with. But I think you're perfect the way you are. So I wouldn't change that.
This is no. I don't even know what to say. It's so
and looks like the last thing is, how do I feel about threesomes? Sorry,
about
my hair is
oh boy, here we go. Trigger warning, trigger warning.
Bangs. Oh,
you mean your wig?
Sorry, I have to fix my hair first. It looks awful. Yeah.
Okay, come on with it now.
You'd be laughing your ass off right now. Okay, back to the topic. Threesomes. For me, it's not something I'm fully comfortable with just because I see it as cheating. So if it was you and another guy, I don't think I would want it with another guy. Neither would I want it with another girl just because I get jealous. So expect jealousy out of me if you wanted to do that kind of thing. If you wanted to experiment once or twice or whatever, expect me to be jealous or expect me to hog you a lot. So I'd be on top of you a lot. You are not allowed to kiss her. That is a rule, and I'm very firm about that because I believe that kissing should be only with your soulmate or with someone that you have affection for. And if you were to kiss her, I would think that you love her and that would start a fight between us, and I don't want that. And neither would I kiss a guy. So if you wanted to, I'll do it, but I won't do it a lot just because I want us to have intimate moments together, just us. And, I feel like I feel like with Master and Demona and me and you, I feel like we have 4 people. So it's we have enough adventure in our life and enough excitement of having multiple personalities to keep each other interested and just keep that excitement going. So if you wanted something more than me, if you wanted a naughtier girl, you have Demona or your mistress, Demona, sorry. Don't want to informally do that. And I have Master, and he's more of the stricter more authoritative figure. Not that you're not authoritative, but you're more of my fun soulmate, lovey-dovey kind of guy that I can.
They already have 4 people. Okay, think of what she. I mean, as it, she talks a lot about as if she's not really Gypsy, like some third person kind of a. When she's talking to him about some of these things, Ruby, Demona, that kind of thing. It is wild. I mean, this is. God, and Ken's okay with all of this. He's fine. He wants all this to come out. Okay, Ken, listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Make love with. And you have Mistress Demona that can give you that authoritative pleasure and feeling. So I feel like if we have 2 bodies, well, you have a body and I have a body, but we have like 4 personalities between us all. So we have enough fun and
she forgot one.
Enough whatever, I don't know, think of the word, whatever, to keep us all interested. So I feel like if you wanted a threesome, I'd do it only because you wanted to, but I feel like we have enough excitement in our relationship, enough as it is, to keep us happy. And that seems to be what I am to talk to you about. The rest is for Demona. And I will add this because I'm supposed to do a separate video for you, but since I'm doing videos now, I might as well bring this up.
Okay, please do. Please do.
If you, I know I explained a little bit of this earlier, but if you were to rape me as punishment, that would be fine too. I agree that anal can be used for punishment, and I agree that rape can be used to punish me. If you wanted to rape me if I did something bad or did something wrong, no, none of the biggies. I don't do any of the biggies, so I won't cheat on you. I won't lie to you. No, I've lied in the past, not meaning to. I had skeletons in the closet. We made a clean slate. That's all over and done with. No more lies. So no lies, no cheating. I don't ever take you for granted. I'm always so thankful for you, and I'm blessed to have you. So I never, ever, ever take you for granted or anything like that. But if say I would.
Yeah, Leslie, she didn't just say that. She did just say that. It's okay. That's a punishment. What does that sound like to you? I mean, that is. Where did she learn that? Where did they both decide that was okay? I mean, they are just very, very warped sense of thinking. I mean, what have they been watching? Because apparently, I know she didn't get that from 50 Shades of Grey like that. Because oh my lord. Okay, we'll just keep going. But it's really rather sick, isn't it? It's so sick. It's just so sick.
Went to the store without telling you. I might put myself in danger. That would give you license to rape me or, punish me in that sense. So, that is what I am supposed to tell you in this video. Have I got everything right? So I don't have to do it. I love, adore, and worship you, my amazing King Charming. Good night.
You know what? I'm gonna go find Go to John talking. So hang on a minute. Let's go find him talking for just a minute because I've watched enough of her garbage for right now. I don't want to hear her voice right now. She is demented. And Ken Earther, you want her to raise your children? Are you kidding me? Are you not listening to what she's saying here? Are you thinking that this is not the real Gypsy? Because I'm gonna tell you something. This right here, this psychopath right here is the real Gypsy. Right here. What you're seeing is what she's playing for you to keep you. Don't you understand that? This is Gypsy. Oh my God. Leslie, it is shocking, isn't it? It is very shocking that boy. Okay, let's go find Goaty John now. Oh God almighty. Just craziness. Okay, I can remember how to spell his name. It's Goodjohn, I believe. Oh, that's not right. Here he is. Now let's see. This is Nick Goaty John. And this was from 2 days ago. Somebody put this out. It is a jail call. Okay. Now let's go to part 1. No, not that one. We're going to go here to this jail call here and see what he has to say. Here we go.
Maybe.
Oh, who I need to give credit to? Into the Weeds podcast. Thank you so much. Full credit to Into the Weeds.
Possible.
Yeah, those poor children.
So, there. Damn. I'm obviously gonna freaking get a haircut soon. Oh gosh, I got this much hair on my head when I'm freaking. Oh my god. Realize just how much hair I have. I don't mind the beard, obviously. I've gotten used to having one. The one doesn't bother me like it used to whenever I first started growing one. But
I think they put this out 2 days ago, but it's not from jail because it's clearly in the room in his house.
There's one thing I'm gonna have you do, and no matter what you're doing it, because I'm not gonna have it where you never get to walk ever again. I'm gonna make it where no matter what you're gonna have it. You broke down because of the thing, so you give me no reason to say no. I'd rather stay broken, honey. I tell you right now, spiritually you can walk around. It's just your own body that you can't. Just your body. That's all it is.
Wow.
It's all in your own soul. For you to be able to will yourself to do anything.
He's hard to understand, isn't he?
The soul is capable of amazing things, honey. It is. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if you and me are able to do things that would be possible. So this is about the slow dancing.
Oh, I don't think I can.
We'll probably need to do that in more other forms of dancing besides that.
Okay, there. Maybe I'll help you hear it better. Yeah.
When I set my eyes on you, honey, when I did, something you gotta understand, when I did do that, from that day on, I wasn't gonna let anything come between you and me. I wasn't gonna let anything that's wrong with you. I wasn't gonna let anyone that could be around us. I wasn't gonna let anything, when I say thing, meaning some type of documentation or something, keep us from being together. Didn't matter what it was. I'm not gonna let it come between us.
Wow.
And you saying you were trying to be selfless, honey. The funny thing is, I hate bringing that name up. Yes, the one that starts with a J. She did the damn same thing. She thought, the only difference is that you don't understand how much you do deserve me. As true as you have been to me, you deserve me.
He thinks very highly of himself. You deserve me. Okay. Wow. She's really built him up, hasn't she? Damn it. Craziness here.
Has done a lot of shit behind my back. You haven't. If you never do it, you're always going to be deserving of my love and my trueness to you and everything. You're always going to be deserving of it. And then you'll wonder why I treat you like a queen. It's because I feel you deserve it. If I didn't feel you deserve it, I would have not even bothered with our relationship. I'm being honest. I wouldn't have really even bothered with it. I noticed you didn't answer about what I said with my minus blood. It's true though, what I said. It is true. You said you're gonna stop hurting me. Honey, that's a good idea. Stop doing it. But if you're gonna push me away, do it in the proper way. For some men, the ones who understand the female psychology, luckily I'm one of them, I only understand the basic of it, but at least I understand it to a point. Ones like me who understand it to a point, you got to understand that I am going to obviously expect that you want me to put it closer. As long as you keep it between you and me, I'll expect it that way.
Let's just see if there's something else we could play here. I mean,
You don't ever bring another soul up. I'm always gonna think of it that way. As soon as you bring up another soul, though, I'm gonna think of it as you're purposely trying to hurt me. Like I did earlier.
okay, that's better.
But I'm pretty much past that now, as long as you don't do it again. And you said you weren't gonna do it again. We'll see about that. I say we'll see about that because you've repeated things in the past of other things.
Oh,
You said
boy.
you were done doing. And the thing is that you always say that you've always been the weaker one out of you and me. Honey, you might feel like you're the weaker one out of you and me. But the truth is you're just as strong spiritually as I am.
Spiritually?
You're a female copy of my own soul. Think about that, honey. You're a female copy of my own soul. I'm just
A female copy of my own soul. Just as demented as you are, right? Because you're both demented. Yeah. I know that Nick was pushed into this. I know he didn't really want to do it. I know he tried to talk her out of it. But the thing about it is, if he wasn't demented, he would have never agreed to do it in the first place. So, yes, they are the same.
I'm a little surprised on some of the things you said
Incredible.
because
Mm-mm.
I can't see why that stuff would make you think it would hold you back. Your mom isn't completely right. Heck, she's not even partly right. Sweetheart, I don't mind if at the moment you'd need me by your side at all times. And you're probably right about one thing. When you said that you probably just need a hug, you just need our physical connection, that part of all the different types of connections there are, that one in general, you just need that one to connect. And you won't feel broken inside anymore like you said you feel. I can understand it. I can understand it. The only thing is obviously us males, we're meant to be stronger physically, mentally, obviously sexually, obviously. Since we have to be the ones doing all the work most of the time.
Okay.
But let's see, physically, mentally, sexually. What the hell?
Lost his place.
We're equal, I would have to say, in psychologically. Yeah. Psychologically. I had to freaking convert your video into the format of my TV before I watched it. And I obviously did it. Must admit, it feels good to have bought multiple things in my room. Obviously, I didn't have to pay for that or that, but I did buy my Xbox. I did buy my TV that I'm looking at. I did buy my fan that I have on, which is over there. But, sweetheart, you're right when you say we'll be as a team. Yes, we will be as a team. You're right on that. But it's not as hopeless for yourself as you think it is. And only thing I would ask for in return for my help and my devotion towards you and all the rest of it, only thing I would ask for is you being okay with everything.
Here we go.
Obviously, the homosexual situation between you and me, as you know, I might not enforce myself any time just because I'm not mood. Second thing is non-stop affection. The third thing is you just staying true to me like you have been even while you aren't around me right now. Yeah, you are not around me. If you're able to do it when you're not around me, which should be the hardest part, you should even have less trouble doing it when you are around me. I'm only sighing because I realize the road we have here to the future for us both to be truly happy. I mean, we're happy together. We're happy as a couple. We're happy too. But for us to be truly happy, we have to have all the connections made. The only missing is physical. And I believe as soon as you hug me, you're not going to want to go. You said it before. And I could actually see it because I could see it in your eyes when I was watching your video. I know you need me. I know you do. But I only said what I said to you about my minus bloodline is because it's true. And by the time I realized that it was true, it was already complete. We already did it. So no matter what, you're pretty much stuck to me while I could break apart at any moment. Of course, I'm not that way. I'm too gentlemanlike and too innocent like they would do it to you. So you can't ever see me breaking my bond with you. You can't ever see me doing it. And I understand that would be naive of me if I did do it. Because I do worship.
Now I want to know what he's talking about, this minus bloodline. What is he talking about? I got to go find that. Wow. I really want to know what that is. I don't know where I would. It would have to be in like one of the first letters or one of the earlier videos. Let's see something here. Let's see. It could be in this number 2 because this is actually number 10. I wonder what this. Okay, it's hang on a minute. Let's play this one. Let's stop. Let's play this one instead. Okay, go over here. There. I want to know about this minus bloodline he's talking
Gypsy
about.
And Dimona, I forgot to add one thing to that video, and I'm going to make this a separate video, but it's still
only
about
13
the
minutes.
other one that you both are to make. I only had to do this, so it means I'm going to make this a quick video. I'm still going to say goodnight to you both, so don't worry about that. Anyways, yes, this is what you both have to also know about your videos. Gypsy, you do have something expected to wear. So do you, Dimona.
What? Dimona.
You wonder what it is, don't you? You both are really thinking about that.
Damn.
If you were to watch the other video, which is over 22 minutes, you wonder what it is. So your mind gets puzzled thinking about it. It wanders, ponders, and doesn't seem to know what it is. So this way you don't have the fear of disappointing me. Since I mentioned in that video that you both were to make sure you do, and I repeat, do, continue to make me please. So this way you'll start seeing more videos of me. The reason why you're seeing this one is because I forgot to mention something. Now, I've already mentioned that Gypsy's is meant to be long. However, since I took as long as I did, and I did give Gypsy a lot to remember, then I gave Dimona, I suppose, a good amount to remember too. Dimona, I changed your size of your video to medium, which means it's between long and short. Well, hers is longer, since she's meant to go into great depth, while you are just straightforward about all the topics. Well, she is meant to go in great depth. Gypsy is meant to go in great depth is because, for one, she knows her soulmate, Nick, expects her to get more and more detailed as I keep on urging her to develop those over time as she's doing. So far, she's doing pretty well on that. She's getting more and more detailed, which is good. She continues to keep getting this way, then obviously that's a big plus for us on her development. But yes, since she has to get into great detail with it, that means she has to take longer, which is a good thing. And Gypsy, take your time. I'm serious. Take your time to remember everything. You already know that Dimona got my permission to help you remember stuff that you're supposed to talk about. You know.
Dimona got my permission to help you remember stuff. What in the hell? Dimona, he gave Dimona permission. Oh my God. I mean, listen how he's talking to her like she's like there's several different people. This is wild. It's bizarre.
Know that Gypsy and Dimona, you're both obviously adored by me, obviously. But you both also should know one other thing. Gypsy, there's one other extra thing you can mention because Nick did mention it in the past towards you. How you feel about threesomes. He's never going to make you do a foursome. I know he won't. Maybe threesome he might make you do, but that's because he wants to explore. You have to remember that too. So you have a lot to remember. If you have to listen to it in your earpieces while you have it plugged into your laptop and you write down each topic, just remember them all, just so you make sure you please me. Then make sure you do that. I'm serious. You want me to be pleased. You want him to be reassured. You do that. The same thing with you, Dimona. You want to write down the topics I mentioned for you. You do the same. The only reason you might have to do foursomes is because I am known to be the most sexual one out of us all. That's
What? Let me go back a minute. Hang on. What did he just say? I've been known to be, did he say homosexual or did he say overly sexual? Let's rehear this because I think I missed that.
You might have to do foursomes is because I am known to be the most sexual one out of us all. That's usually when you gotta adjust to me.
Okay. I think he said most sexual out of us all, not homosexual. Sorry.
You're meant to be able to handle crazy things sexually. Remember, Dimona, you are meant to do it. You may at times be a little doubtful towards it because you're not sure what you're capable of. But me, I've seen deep within even your pictures. I can see the fire within your eyes. That means that you can handle it. So now, here's what you both are to wear. Since Gypsy's more innocent, she's gonna wear white and red. White, red. That sounds a good combination for her. And Gypsy, try to make it as much lingerie as you can out of that. Because you're still talking about sexual topics, which means you should look sexual for it. Since you should make it seem that way. And as for Dimona, you're also wearing red, but you're also wearing black. Yes, they're vampire colors. It's deeper than that, though. You're the more bad girl side. And you are meant to be that since you got me inside him. So there you go. Those are the things you got to do. And yes, Dimona, you're also wearing as much lingerie as you can. And Dimona, if you wish to just express your sexuality, this is an option. You do it, yes, you'll probably make me pleased. Even more so than I originally would have been. You do have an option. In your side of your video, you're allowed to do this if you want to. You can show off your Gypsy's body and play with yourself if you want to express your sexuality. I'll give you the option to do that. If you take it, well, me and Nick will obviously love the idea of you doing it. But what your master, you have to understand, is expecting out of you. It's not just answering all the stuff and putting all the stuff on and all the rest of that stuff. And making sure the video is long enough. What you also have to understand, the main thing I'm trying to make sure that you develop under yourself is your sexuality to be able to match mine. And I'm telling you right now, I would be able to dominate you to probably where I would scare you right now if I was to go my most roughest and such on you right now to where you would be scared. You would be, Dimona. I know Gypsy would too, because she's used to gentle touch. So it would be easy to scare her, but I would even be able to scare you, Dimona. Anyways, yes. That's the reason why I mentioned all this stuff with you. The threesomes or foursomes. By you doing threesomes and foursomes, not only are you getting more sexual, let's explain this to you. Not only are you getting that, you're also handling more sexuality at once. By you doing this, you'll be able to handle the sexuality with me at my most roughest and such, like no one else can. So say if you and me were to do a rape crime or something, that woman that you and me would end up doing something.
Did you hear that? if you and me were going to do, I'm going to take that back for just a second. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on, listen carefully. Okay, I'm not going to. Okay, here we go.
Count. So say if you and me were to do a rape crime or something.
Oh, a great crime or something. You hear that? If you and me were able, a great crime. What the hell are they talking about? This is horribly, it's disgusting. A rape crime. Oh my God. Yes, he's very, maybe he does need to be in, maybe he does need to be locked up somewhere. I mean, this is because we've never heard any of this. We do not know how he really was either. But as you can see from the way they're talking to each other, he is serious. He is not playing some part. He means exactly what he's saying right here. He means it. This is horrible. The two of them together, perfect storm of, I could see if they were not caught, what would be happening next. Jesus.
That woman that you and me would end up
Damn it, this is bad.
Would be screaming like hell. I'd be doing that to her. While with you, you might scream, but it will be actually, instead of out of fear, it will be out of pleasure. You see what I'm saying? And yes, it may hurt. But one thing you gotta understand is sex with your master means pleasure and pain. So that means you have to get used to that too. Not to mention that's the BDSM way. However, the vampire form of that is a lot more sexual than just pleasure and pain. It's more sexual and pleasure and not as much pain. But there is still pain involved. But the sexuality is what really stands out with the vampire way of it. So remember that, Gimora.
The vampire way of it. Yeah, Leslie, this is bad. I mean, this is that side of him that nobody knew existed because we never saw this. So everybody's over there, oh, poor Nick, poor Nick, poor Nick. But when you listen to this here, I mean, this is changing my opinion on poor Nick, because what I'm seeing here is, yeah, they're both talking about it. They're both whatever, and they should both be locked up, right? But this is not what I expected at all to be coming out of his mouth. This shows who he really, really is, and it is demented. And you got to wonder, has he already done that to somebody else before? Think about it. Has he hurt somebody and they didn't say anything? I don't know. This seems seems to me like it's so easy for him to talk about this, and the look in his face is like, okay, well, this is nothing to him because he's experienced this, whatever. But I want you to look at his eyes. Look at his eyes really carefully. Look at those eyes. What do you see? Dead, dark shark eyes once again. There's no life there. Dead, dark shark eyes. This is incredible.
And you too, Gypsy, since I obviously am training you too.
All credit to
this is 8 minutes. I preferred to make this short, but I had to go in depth just because I had to make sure you both understood what I'm talking about here. So now, you want to make sure you add all the stuff I just mentioned into your list that you make of what to remember for your video. And you do the same thing, Gypsy, since I did give you a lot to remember too, with this video and the other one included. All right, now I'm going to say good night for this video, and it'll probably be the last video for today. If you earn more in the future, then that's good. That means you're both doing a great job.
Earn more.
And obviously, I always tell you when you're doing a great job and when you're not doing a great job. I always tell you that, so this way you know when you're doing something wrong and when you're doing something right. Since obviously me as your master, I'm meant to guide you both. All right, here we go. I as your master Victor, and Gypsy's love master, and Demona's love slave master soulmate, which means I'm your master soulmate of you being my love slave, obviously. Soulmate, obviously.
Okay.
Do love, adore you both. And Demona, someday I'll worship you, but you have to work very hard to get to that point. If you do worship me, that's a good thing, because you deserve to actually worship your master, since that's the deepest form of love, which I do agree with Nick on, surprisingly. But yes, mention that, why don't you? At the end of your video, just before you say goodnight to us both, Dimona, mention if you do adore me. Because not only do I know you adore me, go to a step further and mention if you worship me. See what I'm saying?
No, I don't see what you're saying.
Adore me, but
He's
is your love
scary.
already at the worship level? Let your master know.
You know what, Leslie? He's very scary. And this is that level of scary that you don't want to see on the streets. This is that level of scary that is, you don't want your daughter to ever meet somebody like this, ever. Now, we know he's got problems. We know that, but this is a deep-seated internal desires that he actually really has. It's not made up. He really means this when he's saying this. He's not just sitting here playing a game. So I want everybody to think about that. Think about that while you listen to the rest of this.
Your soulmate, no.
My opinion is completely changed.
And as for Gypsy, all I expect out of you is to adore me. You don't have to worship me. But even though I've taught you a lot, I can understand if you ever were to do it. All right. Now here I go to end this. And I'm just reassuring you both just because I feel like it's a good idea to do. I is your master. And soulmate. Meaning soulmate towards Dimona, master towards Gypsy. Obviously, I'm Dimona's master too. But I'm putting a combination here for you both to be thinking of yourselves. As I mentioned this, do love, adore you both. My love slave, Gypsy, and my love slave soulmate, Dimona. All right. Good night, my darling love slaves. Make me proud of you both by having everything I mentioned in this video along with the other one. So this way you can see your master smile. And remember, it's hard to please me. So if you don't do every single little detail I just mentioned in this video and the other one, you probably won't please me completely. I'm meant to be hard to please, so this way it drives you to work harder to please me. That's the reason behind that. Even though it's my natural way too. Alright, now that I said that, here's your goodnight kiss. You both obviously have not disappointed me, and that's the reason why I'm going to give you both individual ones this time. Just to spoil you both. Why the hell not? Here you go, Gypsy. And obviously I'll probably move more passionate with Dimona. No offense, Gypsy, it's just the soulmate thing, that's all it is. All right.
Oh my Lord. That is incredible. So, I mean, he's telling Gypsy, we know it's the same person, but, you know, okay, Gypsy, you're not really my soulmate, but oh, nasty Dimona over here, that's really what I'm looking for right there. You act like her and woohoo, there you go. God dang. Ken Urker, I want you to watch this stuff. And then I want you to listen to both of them. And I want you to realize what you really have on your hands and how diminished she really is, because you don't know what she is. You've not seen what she is because you've not seen this. No. There's no such thing as I did some stupid stuff when I was young. No. These are the real people. This is how they are behind closed doors when they think nobody's paying any attention. This is the real people. I'm so glad that people have brought these out, because had I not seen this, I would have thought that, oh, poor Nick was just railroaded. No, hell no. There's something really wrong here. Maybe he does belong exactly where he's at. And that's really a sad statement, because I thought I'd never be able to say that. God almighty, it's bad. It's very, very bad. Anyway, well, I've been down here an hour and 39 minutes. I really was really just going to talk about that other situation, but then I was, after watching a little bit of some of this stuff on Gypsy today, I thought, you know what, I just want to talk about her for a little bit too, because there's a lot of stuff coming out. I'm glad it's coming out. I want everybody to know the truth. I want her to get the hell off of social media. Go home. Shut up. You're not an influencer. You, my dear, should never be telling younger people what to be doing, because you are demented yourself and you're not capable. We don't need any more crazies in the world. We have enough. I mean, get a job, girlfriend. Get a job, because you're not, oh my Lord, you're never going to make money as an influencer. Yeah, she got a lot of people on the TikToks, whatever. But when all of this comes out and people realize what the real truth is, those will be going away. And so all this money that she's been making off of this over here, she's going to realize, I should have saved that money. But she didn't, because she thought it was just going to be hand over fist every time she turned around, because she thinks she's so important. Just ask her, because she asks. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you for coming by. I'm so glad to see you today. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I might come back tomorrow with a second part of Gypsy Rose, because there are other things that I want to see that I've not seen, and I'm not going to watch them. We'll just watch them together, and we'll talk about it as we go. So enjoy your evening. Stay safe out there. Be careful and hug your babies. Life is short, and it's even shorter with your babies because they grow up too fast. Bye, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks for coming by.